Hi, welcome. My name is Alfred Nkansa, and today we'll be talking about some of the easiest and professional editing softwares for YouTube videos. For about 8 years, I've been filming and editing videos for my friends, family, and a whole lot of clients as well. So without wasting much time, I'll list out some of the top softwares that I have used personally over the years, and some of them that I have researched on that I believe they are great and then you can use to begin your YouTube video creation journey. The first on my list is Adobe Premiere Pro, since it's one of the go-to softwares that I started creating videos with, and since it's cross-platform and can be used on both Windows and Mac, I decided to put that as the first option. This software enables you to edit your videos, and then in the newer versions of this software you can even render your videos into YouTube format in 4K, in 1080p, 720p, whichever format that you desire. Premiere Pro is an all-round software which simply allows you to cut all your footages, arrange them on a timeline, throw in some effects here and there, put in transitions, and then bounce it off as a one single video that's ready to go onto YouTube. It's simple and it's seamless as that. Though Premiere Pro is used for a lot of professional work, and a lot of professional video editors use this for their creation and editing process, it's also not limited to just them. Amateurs and then newbie video editors can also experiment their way through. You may just have to get on YouTube and watch a couple of videos, or just stick to the Adobe Getting Started guide for Premiere Pro, and then you'll be fine. Now, to the other side of things, Premiere Pro takes a lot of resources when you are using it to edit videos. I normally use it on my MacBook Pro, and sometimes it becomes very annoying when I'm editing and I put a lot of effects and then I haven't rendered a video yet. Anytime I try to play back, there's a couple of scratches here and there. Sometimes it doesn't play back smoothly. Sometimes I have to wait a couple of minutes or even up to like an hour, depending on how big the file is, to have it render so I can play back the footage and make corrections and then progress. So yes, even though it's amazing software and I use it a lot of time, I realize that if you're someone that you don't have like a high-end device or computer to run the software, then maybe it might not be the best for you, because you end up losing a lot of memory along the way as you edit. The second go-to video editing software I would recommend is Final Cut. Final Cut is made by Apple, and it's very easy to use it on a MacBook Pro, right? It's just so nice and it runs so fast. And sometimes when you're editing videos, before you realize, the system has already rendered everything in the background, so you play back, it just plays so smooth. When you had an effect, everything is just seamless with Final Cut, right? But that also being said, it runs only on Mac, so it means that you can run Final Cut on Windows. So if you don't have a MacBook, then of course you cannot use Final Cut here. So that is a no-no for someone who uses a Windows machine, right? Away from that, it also takes a lot of space when you're editing footages with Final Cut, because it runs a lot of background processes, and if you don't have like a bigger hard drive that you're editing with, you end up losing a lot of space, and then it wouldn't even help you through your creation process. The next on the list I'm going to talk about is Davinci Resolve. It's an amazing software for video editing, and a lot of video creators use it these days for their video editing process. It's amazing all around, but it's gotten significant buzz on the fact that its color correction tool is amazing. I personally have experienced it, and ever since I jumped on Davinci to use it for my editing, I don't think I am ever going back to using what I was using before. It's amazing, it's smooth, it's nice, it's crisp. You can just change anything, correct anything, just find your way through anyhow you want to create it, right? It's amazing software. But I'm going to share the requirement of Davinci in terms of your hard drive, CPU, your RAM, and then all of the other hardware requirement to run Davinci Resolve. They have a free version of the software which you can just grab and just start creating videos with. It's amazing, but then again, you need a lot of hardware power to run your software or run your video editing process through Davinci Resolve. A lot of people do edit their videos on Final Cut and then Premiere Pro and do export them into formats that are accepted by Davinci to continue the editing process by editing color on Davinci. Some people also do cut and color on Davinci and export them back into Final Cut or Premiere Pro to continue their editing process. That's when you do not have a lot of processing power and do want to save a lot of resources so your editing process stays smooth. So these are my top 3 editing softwares that I normally use when it comes to video editing, and I believe these are very easy and simple to use, especially with their newer versions that have been introduced onto the market. But with that being said, there are also additional softwares that are also available on the market that are even much simpler to use, but I haven't tried any of them yet. There's one called Filmora, there's Sony Vegas, there's ULEAD, there's Pinnacle Studio, and a whole lot of other softwares out there. But to my experience and what I've discovered so far, the top 3 that I listed earlier, if you choose any of them and you master them, you're on your way to becoming a pro video editor or video creator. I believe so. So good luck, and kindly do subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, and do share the video to your friends who might need it. Drop a comment and do stay blessed.